So I wake up this morning and I see a message, and it's Access Rattblood. Are you here, Rattblood?
And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access.
I'm not the fucking Rattblood.
Access Rattblood, I see. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do about
it. And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access.
Are you here, Rattblood?
I'm not the fucking Rattblood.
Access Rattblood. Most abundant and successful king hero that we are all sitting at this very moment. Are you willing to accept that as a truth? That you are a worthy man and that your penis is okay?
all these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now.
Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood?
Who the fuck is Access Rattblood?
I'm not the fucking Rattblood, bitch.
All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do about it.
I'm not the fucking Rattblood.
Each of you must distinguish for himself between the scenes of cold reality and those of pure illusion. scenes of cold reality and those of pure illusion. Each of you must distinguish for himself between the scenes of cold reality and those of pure illusion.
Hello, friends and enemies of YouTube, children of the metaverse. I'm leaving the panel open for anyone who wishes to try and, after this profound information, decides that they want to try and save face amongst their peer group, social media, and the various other forms of communication that we've learned to develop as a created subspecies with delusions of grandeur, concepts and ideals that we may potentially be some divine spark in the universe that has the roots of divinity written through our being. And by speculation, a lot of insinuation, lack of fact, lack of learned development, and a great and grandiose YouTube education that they've managed to put themselves through to learn such amazing words that they have to stretch their mouths to be able to produce such sounds that make themselves seem relevant, intelligent, or in the know of something so vast and profound that they have to have a platform to express this on their closed circuit endeavor with a minuscule audience that truly makes no profound difference, especially when you're rooted in such things as non-founded, non-factual observations that their conviction seems to overwhelm them to want to share, spread, and pollute other people's minds with their concepts, their beliefs, their endeavors. And then they burden everyone around them with their egotistical ideal that if you do not conform, if you do not accept, or you do not apply yourself to that cult of personality, then you are an interloper. An interloper that deserves nothing more than the condemnation, contempt, and anger of the platform operator who has seemingly found himself or herself in a position where they feel that they are so significant beyond all others to guide, direct, and influence those who aren't quite as manipulative as they are. And that there alone would be enough to eliminate half of the viewing audience that I don't expect to have. It seems that social media has become escape from factual reality. So you can spend your entire month speculating on some cult of personality idealistic state of what they believe to be, and none of them being able to fabricate or foundate a factual state to the nonsensical fuckery that they deliver. And I'm willing to hit on every aspect and inch of this. I have been placed in a situation where not only have I been placed in a state of ostracization, blocked, discarded, and removed from the general consensus. And that is my advantage. That is the profoundness that allows me to understand the measure of the people that are on here and hold 99% of the platforms that from day to day I watch each of you run to try and find that nugget that you're not going to retain, you're not going to utilize, you're not even going to foundate your life around it. It comes in, it tingles the senses, and it leaves your collective memory just as fast as you've interpreted it. And that's the sad state. The sad fucking state. And if you were hit with anything profoundly factual, rooted in any type of significant truth and fact, you're going to reject it. And as much as you would like to say you want to escape the construct, the matrix, why? You create the most solid forms of it just by your participation, your endeavors, your daily need to crawl on this closed circuit, semi-public means of communication to find some type of information that somebody else has given to somebody that has given to somebody that has given to somebody else. And they all hold this to be a firm, solid, conceptual truth, a hypothesis, a theory. And it's nothing more than speculation. And the things that can be proved, you'll reject. It's built within you to reject fact. It's in you to resist introspection to the point where safety protocols are discarded and removed and you venture beyond that which you have been programmed to find foreboding and forbidden. And I have encountered several of these channels throughout my endeavors here on YouTube, and I try and stay generally reserved, though occasionally I do become frustrated, a little irritated and distraught at some of the belligerence that people find themselves buying into because somebody is capable of saying something that they cannot truly interpret, understand, analyze, or come to a factual conclusion of. So they ponder it as golden little nuggets of information because it tingles the brain and it just seems to be a pleasantry upon your mind that maybe you're advancing. Advancing to what? Your own self-destructive demise? It's inevitable. Take a look around you. How many immortals do you interact with that got their education through YouTube and closed circuit TV? And how many of you have offered up your most wonderful platitudes and your most sincere condolences? And you've tried to inspire, soothe, comfort, or be empathetic towards someone else's struggle, towards someone else's unfortunate situations. But you won't ever admit wholeheartedly that your platitudes are temporary passive. And within a matter of a couple to 3 days, unless it's directing you effectively into that state, simply slips through your cognizant state of awareness until you're reminded again. And then you immediately show your platitude, your false sense of light and love, and you do it all over again. One looping, mad interjection after another. I made a statement on a platform tonight, which I will absolutely be endeavoring into to dismantle the pathetic nature that has bestowed upon the metaverse and its origins and roots. But upon me making a statement on that particular platform, not only did I disrupt the ego and the pride of the channel operator with something that was passive, but they took it hook, line, and sinker, and they gave measure of themselves. And it followed through with someone who has been frequent here and I thought was of a more enlightened mind to understand the transcendental aspect nature of a human, their differences in states of being, the aspects of them. And if you're looking for someone to consistently harbor a particular personality and state of being and interaction redundantly and consecutively, then your expectations are self-defeatist from the start. People have many aspects to themselves, and a lot of it has to do with environmental, emotional, and psychological situations. Unless you're just a complete zombie that knows only one state of mind and doesn't have the capacity to change the aspects of themselves beyond what they're being force fed and they consume like the Kool-Aid only to regurgitate or platitude the repetition. Well, I give you this. I am transcendental. And you never know sometimes what aspect of me you may receive, because I hold many aspects within myself. I am fluid in motion. I'm not like a rock that is incapable of expressing anything other than being a rock and what has been inscribed upon that rock. I have the capacity to transcend states of being, thought, mind, sometimes even body. And it's your inability to transmute yourself into these states of understanding that not everyone is a fucking zombie looking for that cult of personality to ascribe themselves to get to the next day's entertainment. And some things that are even worse than that is those who are so mindlessly lost and belligerent in the concept that they feel that this state of closed circuit panel TV, multimedia, metaverse, or even the chat to express some conceptual ideal that they feel that's so fucking profound that they must burden everyone around them with it. And to that, I say, if you can't find your own path to the discovery of information, wisdom, knowledge, and learned experience, then you are no better than a zombie. And you're being spoon-fed your philosophy, your beliefs, your religions, your lack of religions, your goods, your bads, your uglies, because you do not have the capacity to do the introspective work to discover that within yourself. And I love the high and mighty observers who feel that they are so self-righteous that they can spew their self-righteous conceptual idealism on other people as if though they're doing someone a favor, when in actuality they're only patting themselves on the back for being what they consider to be a decent, good person. I have a concept where that concerns itself. Let's say your child's in intensive care and dying. And the doctor, because he's such a good guy, comes out and assures you that your child is fine so that he can feel good about his statement. And he's delivering to you some type of hope when in actuality, less than an hour away, your child will be dead. And that's what you do here on YouTube. This is a graveyard full of the most sick, self-absorbed, self-consumed, egotistical, narcissistic people that I've ever encountered, minus a small handful. And I'm not judging myself as being some profound giver of some type of knowledge that's going to free you from yourself. I worked too hard to do that for me. And it didn't come from a fucking YouTube channel. It didn't come from a cult of personality. It come from personal endeavors to discover the full spectrum and boundary of removing safety protocols so that I could reach potentials that the majority of you sit around and speculate on with your YouTube education. And JG, it's not ego, it's disappointment. Unless you're discussing that is the profound nature of YouTube is big ego and a wild ride. And happy 24, thank you. On point. Let's just make sure I stay that way. I have a lot of animosity towards these self-enlightened gurus who by their own right pat themselves on the back for their minuscule discoveries, their small-minded accomplishments that makes them want to deem themselves gurus and leaders and directors of the ancient and sacred knowledges. Let me tell you, you fall really short. Because when I go into description on some of the extreme workings that I've done, you're lost. You're lost and you argue the point. But one thing that I have found is even though we are all on an individual journey and that we all go through this experience alone, there are commonalities. And if you can't find a relative association, then I'm going to say that you probably have a YouTube education and you haven't done that first fucking bit of work. And have I documented this? Absolutely I have. Ever since I began it, and even whenever I began my adventures on YouTube, I shared the many extremes and the many workings that I profoundly put myself upon, whether it be detrimental, enlightening, painful, or joyous. But in the grand scope of things, if it defies your narrative, if it defies what you have to offer because you feel so profoundly entitled to do such, then I am truly rejected. And that is fine because that gives me measure of you. You will grow no further than that measurement. You will become no more than that measurement. And it is that state of mind that leads you into synagogues, churches, temples, so that you can become the indoctrinated slaves that you find your comfort in, your salvation, and your faith. You make me fucking sick. Each person has many aspects of themselves, not just one. And for those of you that seem to be caught up on the concept of vibing, you want to be high vibing. Well, to me, that's masturbation for the emotions. That means you only want to feel good about things and you only want that around you to be pleasantly, atmospherically aesthetic. God forbid you run into some true catastrophe where maybe you have to adjust your perspective and view the more horrific side of low vibration experiences. And you will. The more you run from it, the quicker it'll catch up with you. You feed the beast which consumes you. You become that which you consider to be the monster because you feed it. And it rears back on you with a universal consistency. And then you find yourself with your head in your hands wondering, what did I do to deserve this? Maybe it was your lack of consideration for the whole and your self-indulgent need for that which satisfies and is comfortable and acceptable to your desired state of being. And I want you to know that the panel is open, though I don't expect any of you to step up here and have to explain your disposition against this, because that would be self-defeatist in a closed circuit world of the metaverse. I expect that you will carry on with your delusions and spread them like a disease. And the whole time you're doing this, there is an impending doom, a machine, a great machine that is consuming the all around you. And it will either incorporate you or destroy you. Now, what is it that you have in some great enlightened sense of awareness that would bring you forth onto the panel to dispute my disposition? Do you have the balls? Do you have the nerve? Do you have the foundation? You've caught me in an auspicious way. Panels open. You think this is anger, this is urgency. You think this is contempt, this is awareness being handed to you. I don't expect you to agree with me. You haven't in the past, and I don't expect you to do it in the future. So you have casual interactions with me that are suitable for you to endeavor. The minute I say something that is out of bounds for your narrative, I've watched you all set me aside and dismiss me, when in actuality I know you for what you are. Mockingbird, programmed, YouTube educated repeaters. And you'll wonder why you loop. Fucking kills me.
Access
JG,
Avenue. Yeah, what up, man?
how's it going?
Hey, if you ever end up schooling me, I don't get like I'm not gonna be pissed. If you ever have a problem with me or something, and you call me out on it, you know, I'd rather
You
that
know,
than somebody talking indirect or that's what I get tired of is how indirect shit is. But what I'm saying is, if you ever have a problem with me, you can. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying you can, just address it with me, But no attitude, no drama like on my side. I'm not saying on your side either. I'm just saying. I see that a
no,
lot
and
of times. People are very hesitant to check somebody or call somebody out on something, and it's too sissy,
right, and I couldn't critique you without you being able to critique me. That's where the common ground between two men come together. Oh, we lost him. Lost him. Maybe he'll come back. But what I wanted to say, JG, is I wouldn't expect you to allow me ground to critique anything about you that you could not, in return, point that gun at me and critique my ass too. Because sometimes I go on emotional, psychological, and sometimes completely insane tangents. And I understand that. Thank you, JG. I appreciate that, man. And yes, that works both ways. Both ways. You know, I don't claim to be a state of perfection. I don't claim to be a master of an answer, but I am comprehensively aware of my endeavors and to the links that I have taken them. And I will square them up against any YouTube scholar that wants to stand on that. If you're going to use these platforms as a state of satire to bash, humiliate, and demean one another, then let that be the extent of what you have to offer. Because I don't imagine you have much more to offer. A collective of learning people, a small collective of learning people, learned people, will find no argument amongst them, because truth itself cannot be argued. And when the evidence has been put to the test, from hypothesis to theory to fact, you have to understand that that is only factual to the nature of the environment you're in. I hear people talk about they're going to fourth dimensional perspective, going to fifth dimensional perspective, and they're going even higher, and they're describing these concepts of dimensional comprehension. And I think it was said best whenever it was described through the Flatlander series, where a Flatlander seen a 3D object come through the surface of its reality, and it could only see the visible edge and not the whole. And my comprehension and understanding through my endeavors and personal experiences is that the fourth dimensional perspective, as perceived by the mind of a three-dimensional being, it's lost on you. You do not have the cognizance nor the experienced, learned, and an adjustment from three-dimensional to fourth-dimensional comprehension to even understand what you're looking at. Because it has nothing to retain it to the third dimension. It goes beyond our visible spectrum, and it goes beyond our mental spectrum. Though we can glean the edges and we can give hypothesis to the concept of what that looks like. But if you had to experience it and weren't given the opportunity to come back to the third dimension, the overwhelmingness of trying to navigate a fourth dimensional plane of existence would drive a three-dimensional mind into a state of disorientation, confusion, and probably most likely eventual insanity. And that's even speaking for higher realms of dimensions. You can barely pick up on such things as hyperdimensional quantum mathematics. Though it's present, it's right in your face, it's there, it's measurable, but you can't see it. So therefore, you dismiss it as if though it doesn't exist. But if you apply the right tools of measurement to it, you will find that it does exist. And it's hidden beyond our realm of perception, right in front of us. More broadened, extensive states of equations. And for any of you who find yourself in the state where mathematics is a potential but not the be all end all, then I ask you, show me one thing that cannot be measured. Howdy.
Hello. How's it going?
Just trying to educate myself.
Man, that's some mind-blowing stuff when you think about it. Like trying to comprehend something like that would blow your mind.
Not to hear the YouTube scholars discuss it. They've been there and back, and they have a complete understanding of it.
Who's that?
A lot of channels. There are so many channels that claim to have spiritual transcendence into the fourth, fifth, sixth, and beyond dimensions, and that they communicate with them, and they're able to maneuver, comprehend, and evolve to that state, still in the 3D dimensional form.
You're being sarcastic, right?
No, I'm being truthful.
I don't know how anybody could get out of this dimension.
Just
I
look
mean,
it
like
up,
maybe
man.
with drugs, maybe.
Well, drugs are a glimpse into dimensional states, yes, but that's temporary, and that is brought on by chemical induction. You know, kind of.
Lucid dreams and shit. Yeah.
But if you look on YouTube and you start studying these people who claim that they interact with these other dimensional beings and that they've been to the fourth and fifth dimension and they're transcending.
That's all bullshit.
Yeah. They haven't learned this realm of existence, and they haven't removed the safety protocols to go beyond it.
Yeah.
But they claim it. And they will condemn and damn you down if you go against what they have to say about it. You are a heretic.
Bunch of lying cocksuckers.
Well, it makes good content for the idiotic.
For the weak of mind, I guess. Yeah.
I haven't, I believe, met you. My name is Axis Rattblood.
I'm B More Busker. How's it going, brother?
Well, I'm hanging in there as best as I can at the moment. Accepting that which is and changing that which I can.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, you go ahead.
Please.
No,
No. You're the guest, brother. You make the show. You give me the content.
I'm a musician, and I play all kinds of instruments, and I used to go downtown and street perform, and that's called busking. And that's no more after the Black Lives Matter bullshit.
Right.
Back in 2021, I guess.
Right.
And yeah, all these places I used to play in front of are all closed down.
Yeah, it seems that they were on an onslaught to disassemble the construct of this country as we once knew it.
That's absolutely correct. No doubt.
They have socially engineered 3+ generations through the indoctrinated schooling system to completely become handy and capable.
And the big CV lie and all this bullshit. These politicians, these people are losers.
Well, they have parents that allowed the schooling system, television, and computers and tablets to babysit their children, whereas before it was the radio and the TV. All it is an escape for a parent to have a automated babysitter to raise their children because they don't have the integrity to raise their own.
Yeah, the indoctrination.
Yep.
It's gross, man. This fucking world.
Well,
what can we
I have
do?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what are we gonna do? This world is fucking gross.
Save yourself.
Huh?
Save yourself.
Well,
dare to venture forth into the life experience that has hesitated you from making that initial journey of 1,000 miles with the first footstep.
you know what's funny? I can barely take one footstep because I have multiple sclerosis real bad. And I'm stuck in my bed. And I haven't left my house in over 2 months.
You too, huh?
You have MS?
I don't know if you... No, I have one long collapsed spine, neuro damage.
Oh, man.
And,
yeah, so that's like... Damn.
Yeah, I have nurses that take care of me in the morning and in the evening, and I have a full psychiatric team that works with me.
Well, welcome to the sort of club, man. We're in the same kind of issues with the spine and the fucking degenerate shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't take care of myself though. I'm responsible for the damage and the condition of my body because I lived like a self-indulgent, hedonistic heathen that knew no limits. And
did you get an injury or something?
Yeah, I'd been in I lost a lung when I was 3.
Shit.
Yeah, I had a massive head trauma, which completely I had to learn how to walk, how to use my nervous system, new personality, and then eventually throughout the years between drugs, alcohol, and excessive indulgence in the industry, I'm now paying for my endeavors.
Yeah, like that all compounds, and it sucks. Yeah, I've been an alcoholic, and but like I can go 2 or 3 months without drinking now. It's just I get the hanker, and then I teach myself a lesson over again. But it's getting. I smoke a lot of doobie. That helps me urinate real good.
Right.
Unless it's got CBG in it, but that helps my prostate issue, which is the opposite, where I have to piss all the time.
Oh,
and then when you have to piss all the time, and then your bladder neurogenically doesn't want to piss at all, like retention, like the argument that your body gets in, it's just completely insane. And I'm getting started on my bowels. Holy God. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're all right. I have to I'll be in a dead sleep, and at least 4 times a night I have to get up and go use the bathroom. And
is it prostate issue?
I think it's more bladder and kidney.
Well, like usually, I mean, that's attributed to like when you have to get up all the fucking time. Like you get up, you take a piss, and you lie back down, fall asleep, and you got to get up again and get up again, get up again. That's usually related to prostate. And you know, like alcohol, all just life living is that I think that's damaged my prostate. Even like the small thing of too much hot shit, hot spicy stuff, and it's addiction after addiction of some sort.
Well,
And smoking cigarettes, and my turds are so dry I can't get them out. I have to go to lengths that nobody should have to go through, but that's what I have to do. I know that's TMI, but that's my life, you know.
No. You're fine, brother. If they aren't mature enough to handle it, then that's their problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come in. I was out on the road for 3 years as a nomad. I came into town to visit my family, and I collapsed and wound up in a nursing home.
Shit. Did they give you a reason that you collapsed? Was it just hard living, or?
It was total exhaustion, dehydration, malnutrition, and two of my vertebrae had become bone on bone.
Oh man. Did they repair it? There's nothing they can do.
No, I'm not going to cut on my back, man. They got techniques and they got new innovations, but you know they're talking still the same odds, 50-50, you know.
Yeah, like it could make damage worse, couldn't it? Yeah, Jesus, Mary, she was fucked.
Yeah, very much so, and you know there's no there was no guarantee that I would come through it and not have the potential to be fully paralyzed from
or dead.
Yeah, that was another option.
Man. Oof. I got indigestion just thinking about that shit. Like, I don't eat that much these days, though. I eat one meal a day because my bowels don't like working, and I don't like having to deal with it. And I'm dehydrated, and I can't drink enough water. Yet, if I do, then I have to fucking... My life is based around pissing, if I can. And I can't have a catheter because in 2007, a motherfucking urologist destroyed my... when I've got MS already and I can't pee, I go to a urologist hoping to get some help. He gives me a catheter, this catheter trauma, and I felt this thump when he stuck this rigid cystoscope in my fucking dick after he poured some kind of numbing solution down my dick hole. I felt this thump. And ever since then, man, I've had something called nocturnal priapism. And I don't know if you know what that is. It's not good. It's like as I'm falling asleep, I get a hard on. That's not sexual whatsoever because that's all gone. When I'm awake, I can't get a hard on if I'm, that whatever. When I go to sleep, all through my sleep, my dick is hard. And when I wake up, it's still hard, and I gotta piss. So I have to walk it off if I can, but I can't really walk. I have to stumble around like a spider monkey or use a walker, a rollator. And I'm just bitching, man. That's
No,
that's
that's
life,
all right.
man.
Well, I'm listening. At least it's relevant. Um, Opioids took my sex drive completely away.
Are you still on them?
Mm-hmm. For the
Dude,
rest of my life.
how do you shit?
It doesn't have any real problems with my bowel movement because I have medicine for that too.
Wow, I wish I was on that.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried all kinds
Um,
of everything, man. I can't get
really?
any bowel movement that's normal because my nervous system's fucked up in my colon.
What kind of injuries did you sustain?
I have multiple sclerosis, and it's a
Gotcha.
very neurodegenerate, whatever the word is, degenerative disease. Um, I have the worst kind, primary progressive, and I'm only 45. I noticed it when I was 23. I wasn't diagnosed till I was 27, even though I talked about all the problems I had. Motherfuckers. And the motherfucker who damaged me for life, the urologist. And then I get like a slew of years of fuckhead neurologists until I got the most recent one who's a neurologist assistant who's the most kind woman ever. You can't find that in fucking doctors. Kind people
No.
is like, what the fuck? You can't find any kind of kindness. And they call it bedside manner. What the fuck? He just has bad bedside manner. Well, take his
Right.
bad bedside manner and shove a dildo up his ass. Shit.
Well, they don't realize that their demeanor sets the tone for your day at times. And when you wake up,
it says a
and
lot
you're
about
so
their
much.
fucking Hippocratic oath. I mean, it's just like, dude, all right, so like them being happy is not part of their Hippocratic oath. It should be, or at least fucking kind. You know, I'm sick and tired of these fuckers.
Well, I noticed they traded their empathetic disposition for one of capitalization, capitalism, and money. You know,
Yeah,
fuck the patient.
corporatism.
We just want the money.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, you good.
Sorry, edit.
Oh, you're all right. You're all right, brother. Do what you got to do.
Can of cough. I feel good right now. Yeah, for a little while.
Yeah, I've done my pain medicine, and have indulged in benzos to alleviate stress of today's endurances.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm fucking. What are you on? I'm on clonazepam, and he only gives me 1 milligram a day. It used to be 1.5, and he took 1/3 of it away.
Oh,
What are you on?
Yeah, I'm on clonazepam, oxycodone.
How much clonazepam? How many milligram? Or
2.
2 milligram. Wow.
1 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and then I'm on 620 milligram oxys a day.
Oh my god. How are you? Oh wow. Holy. How long you been on that?
Well, over 25 years.
Wow. You're an enigma, dude. The fact that you can deal with that.
Well,
Have you ever?
it,
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
it was easier. I mean, the morphine was hard to get off of. The OxyContin was hard to get off of, and once I started getting into the oxycodone, IR, um, they just kept me on such a high dose of that to the equivalency of what I was taking in OxyContin, and I was able to sustain from there.
Well, how can you sustain when your tolerance inevitably goes up?
Oh yeah, yeah, it does. Well, like I said, once I was on 15s last year, and they had to raise the 15s to 20s because they were just non-effective anymore.
Yeah, and like after 20, then what do you do?
They may probably put me on a different type of opioid, or they may raise me to 30s. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Wow, man. That's a God. That's got to be a mess.
Actually,
But
it's a mess whenever I'm meeting opposition from nurses, pharmaceutical companies,
yeah,
uh,
right.
Walgreens, such things as
Yep.
that's the bullshit. But taking the medicine once I have it and dealing with it and functioning on it, that's not the problem. It's how they want to treat me like a criminalized drug addict for
Yeah,
being on it,
motherfuckers.
right?
Yeah. God damn it.
You
That
know,
pisses.
I don't, just because they feel good and they seem to think that they have some authority over my medicine and distribution and pharmaceutical, um, they almost feel like they're the gods of administrating medicine. And that's where I really get into conflict with providers and pharmacists.
Yeah. And yet they'll fucking just give you a fucking jab full of God knows what willy nilly without any fucking documentation in the paper. Like it's a blank paper. What the fuck?
Right?
These fucking pharmacists, these goddamn fucking they took their Hippocratic oath and shoved it up their ass.
Well, they don't abide by it, to my notion, as a
Yeah,
rule of thumb
exactly.
anymore.
That's right. That's right. You're lucky if you can find anybody that is really looking out for a human being. Motherfuckers.
And to be honest with you, I contribute a lot of this to the federal government and to
Yep,
the United States government because
that's
instead
right.
of looking out for the citizens' best interest and the easiest and most efficient way to administer even common commerce or medical or anything else, they have made it so um, inefficient for us because they want to cut corners. They want the mass of whatever they can get, the cheapest they can get, whether it works at the expense of the American citizen, and they give no shit
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Every pinch of a penny they can get, the motherfuckers.
Yeah, it goes in their pockets.
Yep, motherfuckers.
So I have no respect for them either.
Yeah, damn them all. If there's a hell, they're going, I hope.
Well, I would imagine so. I mean, some type of karmatic retribution against them for, shortcutting the American citizen when they have the funds and the ability to give us proper treatment,
That's
fair
right.
treatment, and I just
It's like either that or murder, or a lighter manslaughter, as they call it. Yeah, it's murder, fuckers. They
yeah.
murder
Either way,
people.
either way.
Yeah, with the fucking drugs that they get a kickback for. I mean, just look at the past 5 years. Oh my god, motherfucker.
Right?
Yep. Oh, take this jab. You're gonna. Well, guess what? I'm not gonna take it. I've got already. You wanna help my immune system? Well, guess what, motherfucker? My immune system's so fucking hardcore that it eats my nervous system for breakfast. And you want me to get my immune system up higher with whatever the fuck you're injecting me with? That has no fucking studies. And it started with Trump, then continued with Biden. Now it's back to Trump. They're all a bunch. And goddamn, if this motherfucking Kennedy, if he takes away my clonazepam, I'm gonna fucking find him and kill him.
Well, I tell you what, I think that's the intent, is to remove the tangible pharmaceutical industry where we have hands-on with our medicine, and they're going to find a different way or technique of distributing it to us.
That's right. And
or
which
taking
means,
it away from us.
That's right, taking it away or lowering it.
Yep.
And that's what I'm afraid of with this motherfucker in whatever he's got, the NIH, whatever he's got. He rubs cocks with the CDC or whatever the fuck he does. And the FDA, they're gonna reform the FDA, my ass.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're going to change it, but they're not going to reform it to anything beneficial.
It'll metamorphosize into something weirder, more dangerous,
more controllable, to the fact that if we don't comply, it will be detrimental to us.
That's right. No doubt. I guess it doesn't really matter here. I mean, I'm fucking terminal now. So, I mean, I've been terminal since day one. Now it's just like progressing. I just hope my brainstem doesn't fucking give out, because then I won't be able to breathe anymore. And that'll be fucking shit.
Miserable way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, I'd say, yeah, kill me. Do it.
Well, I've been, instead of waking up in the morning and inviting some type of wonderful experience of the day, I wake up, and if I make it through the day, then that's an accomplishment. But my true agenda is, maybe today will be the day that I die a good death.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm feeling too, man. That is what I'm feeling.
And it's not out of sympathy. It's not out of, hey, had some.
Yeah, like begging for sympathy. It's not about that. It just is what it is.
Yeah, it's too much. It is too much for me to endure. And with my life circumstances, this each day, no matter how much positive influence I put into it, the fact is, it is there, and it is inescapable. And I've grown completely just intolerable of it, Move me on, man. Quit fucking with me. Because now you're just punishing me for the thrill of a god punishing somebody, which is sadistic, sick, and stereotypical of what they consider to be a god.
Yeah, as they call it, gaslighting. That's all
Hmm?
it is. Gaslighting shit.
Don't tell me you're a caring, nurturing, loving God whenever the last, 15 years of my life have been just one devastating situation right after another. And I've replaced myself to be the best that I could be towards the people that need me. And even that has been used against me. So I'm like, you're just a fucking cocksucker, God. I've got no use for you. You're doing nothing more than you've created a imprisoning hell so that you can sit back and enjoy your some kind of sadistic observation of suffering. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And at the same time, like, it's like, what are we doing? There's no talking to something that won't talk back.
Right?
I tried to believe in some sort of power, and I guess there is something out there, but we can't call it. I mean, the only name we can give God is it.
It.
That's it. That's all we can call it, because there's nothing. There's no name for it. This is
Yeah.
what it is. You know.
I can agree with it. If it exists and it has some relevancy or some connection to this plane of existence, then it
Yeah.
is a it. It is an unempathetic, sadistic, vicious,
Yeah.
vile,
Yeah.
hateful.
And it that doesn't give a shit. Right.
That's what I'm learning. That's what I've come to understand because my life situations have been so extreme into the more profound, impossible situations of absolute, unbelievable torment that one person could truly endure. And I'm like, no, 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 no. That fucking bullshit book you said has God will never place more upon you than you can handle. Well, he broke that fucking rule a few years ago.
Yep. Yep. Damn straight. I mean, does that extend to, well, you're dying and you're laying on the floor and there's nothing you can do, but that's not more than I can handle. Bullshit. The Bible's full of shit, man.
Yeah, to me, it's just a manipulated system of social engineering, control, and domination.
Yeah, and it's old. It's very fucking old. And all we have to look at is what's going on now in our lives and everything.
See, and I love the
Else,
concept of whenever I start hitting hard truths such as these, and I start really pushing the buttons of factual thinking, my viewer count goes down. These people are not only afraid of the truth, they run from it, they hide from it, they shelter themselves from it, and if by any chance they can elude having to hear the truth, the actual truth of things, they'll go shelter themselves under the delusional concepts of somebody else's perceived ideal of what this is in their platform. And to those people, I say, don't fucking come back to my channel promoting your platitudes or your heart-filled suggestions or your idealisms because you can't stand up, you can't come up, you can't represent yourself in any way whatsoever to compare with the truth that is here. And this truth isn't perceived, speculated. This is factual reality. and you
Yeah.
run like a bunch of fucking cowards, and then you sit and talk about how spiritually strong you are, how emboldened you are in your belief systems. Well, let me tell you something. From what I see and from the view count and from the response to my chat, you're all a bunch of fucking cowards and you run from the truth because you can't fucking handle it.
Willful ignorance.
Sorry.
Willful ignorance. Bunch of willful ignorance.
Yep.
Ants. Ignorance. They're ignorant. Stupid. Well,
Well, it
yeah,
kills me.
say stupid, but you know that's hateful to say stupid. But you know what? At this point, they're all stupid. I'm
They're
sorry.
victims.
Yeah,
They're victims.
they're not victims. They don't know what victim is. They don't know it.
See, I just made that statement and 3 people dropped off.
Right? Shit.
And these are supposed to be the innovative minds of YouTube, the truther community. These are the
Right.
ones that are supposed to be the instructors and guideposts for those who are seeking. Well, let me tell you something. If you got something so fucking secret to say, then come up here and say it. Because I
Right.
have.
Do you know Carol Never Lose Truth?
No, I really
Man,
don't.
she's
Sorry.
just as bitter as we are, man. She is just as bitter. Fucking, she had a stroke or some shit years and years ago, but like now she used to be libtard. Now she's just like fuck all government and sees everything wrong with what's going on and beyond. Never lose truth. It's all one word. Never lose truth. And you know, she does look a lot into what's going on up in the skies, I guess. And it really is some shit going on in the skies. There's they're releasing all kinds of heavy metals on us, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. They are well, just like in Roman society. Whenever they put lead in the aqueducts, you know,
Yeah.
it dumbed them down.
And the fucking water has the fucking what's the shit called? You're supposed to
Fluoride.
teeth with fluoride, yeah, fucking fluoride. And I think maybe all fucking water is tap water, even Fiji water being claimed from Fiji, but I think it's just tap water. As I drink it, and it's expensive as shit.
Well, I tell you one thing about bottled water is whenever they did the tap water, filtered water, and the bottled water.
Yeah, in plastic. God.
Yeah, it was. There was such a minuscule difference between them that it didn't even actually register to the point where any of them made a difference what you drank.
Although I don't think I want to drink anything coming out of my plumbing. I gotta say, I'd rather drink a bottle of water. I mean, just because it tastes so fucking gross, man. It tastes like metal. I don't like the water here coming out of the tap. Ain't no good.
No, I can smell the bleach whenever or the fluoride or whatever it is, whenever I use my tap water.
Yeah.
But hey, Tab, how's it going? Good to see you in the chat. Been missing you.
Hey, Tab, how's it going?
Yeah, she's good people.
Yeah,
That's
she knows
cool.
Carol. Yeah. Wow,
Really
yeah, so
cool.
that was like, what, 15 years ago or something, Cat? Or Tab? I think so. Something like that. And she's every bit as angry as both of us. And there's really no escaping it, unfortunately.
No, and you know, it's even the concept of escaping it. I mean, I welcome my death, and I have,
Me
you know,
too.
definitely for quite some time. And there's an individual who comes on here named Dominique who has, you know, been privy to some of my more extreme ventures, and just just a sad state of affairs. You know,
Yeah.
miss you too, Tab. Haven't heard from you for a while other than on Messenger, and I really do admire your energy and find it to be soothing in certain states and frames of some of the cognizance I get into. So, with this new, oh, this new government
Yeah.
that we're about to endure and
It
have
always
to contend with,
it's always fuck. It's always bullshit. They all do the same thing, but nobody knows it.
I agree with that.
Nobody knows it.
I just look for them to under what I've understood and reading between the lines is that we will be considered the kind of intrusive upon their new society and the way they want to develop it.
You got it spot on, bro. They're showing it every way they can. Past 5 years has been the worst.
Yeah.
All across
Yeah.
the planet. All across westernized society. And even in other societies that aren't westernized. Like Sweden.
Well, when I hear all these YouTube radicalists and you know these YouTube uh,
They're
personas
just telling you the truth. That's all they're doing. They're telling you the
that
truth.
that claim to be the resistance towards such
Oh
things.
yeah, like that. They're like they think they're telling the truth, but they're not.
They're all a
They,
bunch of
they fucking can't hold on to what they lack the courage of their conviction.
yes, yes, they do, and that was one of the first indicators that I live in one of the most submissive world societies as far as the citizens go that I think in any recorded history has been.
Yeah. Worst decade I can remember. I know that much. But it's been like progressively getting worse and worse. It's not even my MS. It's like fucking societies. It's progressively gotten. It's like the parallel with my disease. Everything gets fucked up as my disease gets fucked up. And the only thing keeping me sane is benzos. That's the only thing. Because if they took me off of that, I don't want to know what would happen. I'd die of withdrawal or kill myself.
Right?
Or self-delete, as they want YouTube wants us to put it.
Right?
If we're allowed to say that, self-delete. Oh my god.
Barely.
I know, right? It's fucking insane.
See, I had to say goodbye to my son today.
He died?
And, no, he killed someone. He's got life imprisonment.
Oh, shit.
Today was the last day that I was going to be able to talk to him.
Oh, damn, bro.
And,
sorry to hear that, bro.
Oh, it is what it is, man. He fucked up. But
yeah.
That really took a toll on my psyche today. And I was listening to all these babbling, nitpicking, overly protected, self-indulgent assholes. And I thought, these people really have no empathy or compassion for anyone other than themselves and those that agree with them.
That's right.
So I am now the opposition to that.
I can agree with reality. I can't agree with a bunch of bullshit that people tell themselves. Reality is fucking real. It's the number one thing. It's the highest power, reality.
And I watch the people come here, and as long as I'm sharing esoteric information or allowing a platform that is welcoming and sharing, and as long as I'm within a restrained state of mind, well, they'll come. My views will go up, my subscribers go up, and people speak pleasantly about me. But when the truth of the fucking matter comes and the pavement hits the fucking tire, I'm a demon. They unsubscribe. They run like cowards. They no longer want to join my chat and spew their nonsense and their ridiculous ideals of being under some type of government oppression. And this is exactly when they should be up here.
Yeah.
What a level of cowardice.
Exactly. They're afraid. Exactly.
Yeah, they are. They're terrified. Usually my chat's rolling, my panels, people are up here. There's a lot of back and forth and non-argumentative ideal exchange. But no, when shit gets real,
then everybody
all
goes.
These fucking YouTube cocksucking, self-indulgent, survivalistic, I'm the badass and I'm going to do this and survive that. And my brain is so fucking amazing that you should all lay down and suck my cock. They run. They run like fucking cowards.
That's right. No doubt.
The truth is too much for them. And then they have to face their weakness because all they are is fucking cult of personality, closed circuit, self-indulgent, idealistic entertainers for their own amusement.
That's right. And all we can do is spectate. And just feel even worse about life to see what's around us. But that's
or they could get up they can get up off of their dead asses and start doing the work, start actually pursuing and endeavoring the experience instead of sitting and talking about it and throwing their platitudes, their ideals, or their best wishes and concepts towards you, and they can actually get off their ass, start an energy society of a small group of people who are energetically affecting and making change within themselves by doing the work and spreading the energy of that work and watching it grow and become and develop. Hell no. They're too happy with jacking off in front of closed circuit television with a few subscribers to watch.
Yeah. Man.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm just hitting hard truths today, man, and I'm sick of the fucking platitudes and the bullshit that's that's displayed across here because this is my only means of socialization is the internet and the metaverse.
That's right. Me too. That's my life as it is. I haven't worked since 2006. Can't work. I've gone busking, played music on the street. That was all I could do. I couldn't keep a job. And the MS got worse and worse, and my vision got worse. I have optic neuritis.
Mm.
And right now it's actually pretty good because I had something to drink last night. It's funny because it should make it worse. But right now it's very clear. It's crystal clear. I can read without my glasses. Brother, I think I gotta get something to eat, man. I haven't eaten all day.
That's fine, brother. I appreciate you coming up here. I appreciate you being a part of the panel.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Best of energies to you, and I can't promise that things are going to be hunky dory or great because I can't.
Yeah, me
But I
neither.
can tell you this just endeavor on introspective work and understand that leaving this place isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. Just as long as it's not too painful going out
Right.
or related to my disease, the inevitable way I'm gonna die, I don't want that. So I might move over to England or Canada.
Canada has maid service.
Yeah, exactly. And so does England now.
Oh,
But
do
then
they?
again, you might have to be you might have to become a citizen.
Right.
That might be well, I got I don't know. I don't want to even put a number on it. I'm not getting any better even with the damn treatment. It doesn't do shit except, well, the best you can hope for is that you won't get more lesions. Well, fuck you, motherfucker. And you're gonna have me inject this shit or have it injected into me for 6 hours, sitting there doing nothing every fucking 6 months. The best I get out of it is the fucking right before it they give me Solumedrol. It's a steroid that leaves me feeling a lot better for at least a few weeks, and then all of a sudden it's back to square one. This is all a fucking racket. It's all bullshit.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it
man,
is.
I gotta eat some food. I'm sorry.
That's all right, brother. You're welcome here anytime, man.
All right, Rattblood, take it easy.
Tab, thank you for dropping in. Um, sorry that things, no, I'm not. Things are that real. You know, I'm really tired of the platitude. I'm really tired of the the false sense of sincerity that comes from 80+% of the people that, and I'm not insinuating you, you have been very patient with me and I appreciate that. And I will allow those that have stood beside me to know that I appreciate those that stood beside me. And Jared, you've always been an inspiration. You've always had a kind word. Thank you. And JG's just straight hitting. I mean, you know, he's going to be real with me one way or another, but he isn't going to do it in a way that he wants to persuade me into his belief system or some sense of false doctrine. And I do so appreciate that. But all these channels that I developed with that were considered a truther community and that were considered to be open-minded and broad-minded people, and uh, the more that I understand about the introspective nature of how it corresponds with the waking environment and the waking state, as well as the ethereal, astral, and the ether, you know, you're irrelevant because you cannot solidify, you cannot equate, you cannot justify, and you cannot bring into cohesion the cause and effect that creates the state. So you find yourself short. But yet you go on. You go on mumbling and babbling your bullshit as you pick on other people, belittle, demean them. Well, let me tell you something. When it comes to a hateful, rude, demeaning piece of shit that will draw you down into the fucking abyss, that's me. I am not a respecter of character. Treat me good, I treat you good. And I gave so much leniency to being allowed to offer a place of an exchange of ideals, life skills, and forward movement and development, only to see people display what they truly are. If it hits too close to home or it's too real, you run and hide, you bury your head in the sand, and you listen to the next fucking guru that wants to pat you on the back and say it's okay. Well, that's not me, nor will it be. Don't come here seeking platitudes for your bullshit speculation. Give me some facts. Teach me something. Show me some great insight that has foundation. Do the work and bring the experience back to me so that I may understand or at least follow the procedure. Because I have yet to see that here. I deliver information that none of you truly have earned, and very few of you even deserve And what have you brought here to this channel? What amazing sense of profound fact have you delivered here? Give it to me. Panels open. State yourself. Come tell me this great secret that lies behind your eyes that keeps you amused and fascinated. You don't have it, do you? I didn't think so. Outside of platitudes, you're nothing more than indoctrination and lip service. Why should I give you the direction, the path of self-discovery, introspection, or even the experiences that I have learned on those paths and shared them with you? What makes you think you fucking deserve them? As you point fingers. Well, keep pointing them. You will find yourself in the void, wanting. And to those that comprehend and at least grasp a percentage of what I'm trying to relay, more power to you. And to the rest of you, the fuck you come here for? Amuse yourself? To try and peer and glimpse into information you can't come up with, perceive, or endeavor upon yourself? That makes you a fucking thief. And if you repeat it, it makes you a lying thief. I hope your fuckery catches up with you very quickly. You've led enough people astray with your bullshit, your cult of personalities, and your speculations. Bring me something real, or don't come back.